Thank you to RSF 1090 for their generous donation on Patreon. Wednesday! Oh, fuck! Let's see. Bring it to me. Pardon? Hey. He clutches his cell phone, the screen shattered and the metallic innards exposed. No texting. Let's talk. But I can't. Have you decided on what you're going to do after school? Don't worry about it right now. I've still got a few months to decide. Going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. What? Despite being shattered, the phone in his hand lights up. I see something flash on the screen. Hey boy, where you at? From Jared. Who the fuck is Jared? Jared. Oh. I miss you. Calling now, heart. Who is Jared? And why do they look... It's just the Sly Cooper fucking... It's Sly Cooper. I can see that. The picture is a blurred Sly Cooper. You can't hide from me. Answer. I want to answer. Let me answer the call. Let me answer. Can I ignore? Oh shit, I did. Ah, fuck. I find myself panting, sitting upright in the bed of our motel room. Who the hell is Jared? My phone is vibrating, I know because I can hear it, against the nightstand. Reaching over, I grab it and hit the answer button, my eyes still too hazy with sleep to read the caller ID. Hello? Hey. Oh, it's Leo. Who is Jared? What? I haven't heard any Jareds before. Who the fuck? Maybe, nah, I don't, I catch the distinctive bassy rumble on the other end. Leo? That's me. You just waking up? I thought you were gonna film for your project before we hit the mall. Squinting at the screen of my phone, I see that it's 9:02 a.m. Additionally, I realize that Jenna is staring at me from her bed, the covers up to her chest and her laptop in her lap. The sound of running water must mean that TJ's in the bathroom taking one of his legendarily long showers. I'm on spring break. I'm not really imposing too strict of a schedule on myself. I yawn, trying to snap my focus fully back to reality. Oh, big old manity. Despite having slept for at least 10 hours, I don't feel rested at all. Lazy otter. Alright, I just called to let you college kids know that I'll be at the motel in about 10 minutes. Great. What? Nothing. Chase? What? I'm hanging up now. I need to put on some clothes. I'll see. Oh, shit! You hung up on it! I set my phone down back on a nightstand and slide out of bed. Still rubbing my eyes a bit, I dig through my duffel bag for a decent outfit. As I pull out a pair of khaki cargo shorts, I hear Jenna clear her throat. You're still dealing with sleep paralysis? Huh? You woke up swearing pretty loudly. I'm surprised TJ didn't leap from his shower to check up on you. I feel a twinge of embarrassment. Oh. It wasn't paralysis this time, just regular bad dreams and such. Also, Lee will be here in 10 minutes. You might want to get dressed. I see her type something quickly upon her laptop before shutting it. She slides it out of sight beneath the nightstand. I guess she doesn't trust the cleaning staff. Do you still see a therapist? Nah, I'm not sure the one in Payton helped, and you know how things are in Pueblo. Everybody's got a mental disorder or something. It's trendy, and no one takes you seriously. That's just the stuff that Leo says. They have free counseling services available running out of the psychology department. You don't pay all that tuition money for nothing. You might as well use it. Oh, do you go? I slide on an old t-shirt with Southwestern Adventures printed on the front, the red dye having faded to pink at this point. No. But I don't suffer from hallucinations, sleep paralysis, or night terrors. Please tell me you're at least still taking your medication. None of that helped, so no. Chase. I catch the look she gives me. It's different from her usual, almost paternal stare. Her brow is lifted, and she seems more than just concerned. A glimmer of worry present upon her face. I find myself looking at an angle of this room I hadn't seen before. What the fuck? Oh, look at that 4x3 TV. If I was turning away from her abruptly, I was seeing something I shouldn't have. So I seem like I get busy with something. I took a bagel from my old commercial stock of food on the table, eating over a napkin. I really see at this point trying to dry himself out in the bathroom with 2 months all dry. It's exactly if we buy a thing like the one back in Plex, so it takes forever. Especially someone fit like TJ. You think someone's poop bath or bed one of those things. Meanwhile, John busies herself with getting dressed behind me. I don't know why this feels so awkward. Usually Jenna is the one person whom I can speak with and not worry about this sort of thing. Wolf Boy is here. Just a minute. I step over toward the bathroom door. Hey TJ, Leo's at the door. Hurry up if you can.
What?
Leo was at the door!
Oh, okay. Oh gosh, sorry, I'll hurry.
Glancing over, I see the door handle jiggle. It's still locked. Impatient ass. Not very patient, is he? He never was. The knocking continues, and I hear Jenna sigh. She moves from the corner of her bed to the door, unlocking and opening it. It is at this point I realize she isn't fully dressed yet, her torso only covered in her bra. Oh my god! Leo starts to say something, but the words visibly catch in his throat as he realizes Jenna's state of undress. His jowls visibly thin along the contours of his muzzle, his auburn eyes flicking briefly to me, then back to the fennec in front of him. You said you'd be here at 9:30, Leo. What's your problem? Leo blinks. What's my problem? Why are you naked? Because you wouldn't stop pounding on the door and I didn't want to deal with the creepy guy at the front desk yelling at us. Now wait outside. Like Chase said, just a minute. Oh shit, that's the first part of a word. Jenna shuts the door. I stare awestruck, Jenna moving back to her bag and slipping on a bra and tank top. Chase, you want to bring that snack bag with us to the mall? I think I have some peanut butter pretzels in there. She sits back on the edge of the bed, taking a small comb from one of the drawers and grooming her head fur, despite the fact that it looks perfect already. TJ emerges from the bathroom, his fur not adequately combed and giving him a sort of lion's mane look that usually only punk guys go for. I smirk a little as I grab the bag of food, TJ frowning at me self-consciously. Oh, I see. I thought we were in a hurry. It's alright, TJ, don't worry. There's no need to rush. Don't we have to get Carl all his birthday stuff before the party this afternoon, though? Yes, but this is Carl we're talking about. He doesn't wake up until mid-afternoon. If we show up too early, he'll be too groggy to realize what's groggy. I fucking said groggy! To realize what's happening. That's true. I'm not really sure how I feel about the whole early surprise party idea anyway. But it does give us an excuse to check out the comic book store at the mall, yeah? I want to visit the music store. There's a new Cherry Bloom album out, and I'd like a physical copy. He pauses, TJ seeming to be in the midst of trying push down his excess floof. If we have time, I mean. Jenna nods, picking up her phone and purse before heading to the door. We follow. And off we go. All I'm saying is that it's real stupid that you all drive all the way back here just to hang out with each other alone. Even Carl and Flynn are sticking together by themselves, eh? You all can do that when you three are not on break. Leo stares ahead, poking his tongue against the inside of his cheek, eyes squinted against the rising sun. What the fuck is that? His lecture is answered with a resounding silence. Even TJ doesn't chime in. He clicks his tongue against the roof of his mouth. This is primarily due to Flynn's behavior, you know. You guys should put your pride aside. Oh, Jesus, that is way too fucking... You know what? No.
Sir, you should put your pride aside. Really? Oh god. I should see the shotgun in the back seat. Leo insisted I say shotgun, so I got really high as well. I'm saying that even if you don't like Flynn a whole lot right now, he wins and he can't fucking get over where he came from. Flynn wins when we continue to put up with his awfulness. He's older than all of us and still acts like a child. I need to apologize and become aware his actions have consequences. Ignoring the problem like that, like it isn't there, it helps no one. Fuck. That mindset is why I had you speak to Chase early on. Oh, God! You sure insisting on that, aren't you? Sounding like you got an agenda or something. I see the wolf glance sidelong towards me, his expression briefly softening. Why would I have an agenda to separate you and Chase? He's 21. He can make the decision on his own. I just didn't want to have to deal with you two prancing around it the whole time. Wouldn't be the first time, girly. TJ's practically on the floor at this point. He's so far down his seat. Leo glances over at me again. I can tell my lack of response is starting to put him on edge. Honestly, though, I have no idea what to say. You two have decided on your relationship status, right? It's been years and you're still wearing that bracelet. Come on, let's not have this talk while we're all trapped in a vehicle for the next 30 minutes. Don't worry, Otter. I'm not gonna drive us over the guardrail or something. I wouldn't put it past this fucking game. At this point, that might be preferable to continuing this conversation. Another silence follows. I can feel Jenna's expectant stare upon the back of my neck. Finally, Leo speaks. I'm gonna put on some music, yeah? Any preferences? We don't get any stations but the Hillbilly Cavalcade ones between Echo and Payton. Well, I've got a CD here. My curiosity piques. I see Leo look toward me, then nod to the glove box with a smirk tugging at the corner of his muzzle. I think I know exactly what CD he's thinking of. I pull the little clasp on the dashboard. Instead of a CD, a slew of balled-up napkins fall into my lap. That's fucking disgusting. Oh god, I don't think much of it till I spy the mostly empty bottle of water-based lube sitting in the glove box. Oh! No! Oh, gross! His eyes go a little wide at the source. That's motherfucker, isn't it? I know Madre is mother, and I think puta is like fucker. Or fuck, or something. So, my motherfucker, I forgot about that. Jenna cranes her head to see what the fuss is about. She lets out an amused grunt. That's nothing you haven't had your hands on before, Chase. Oh! His ears seem downright flushed at this point, pinned to the side of his head. Context is key, as they say, yeah. Don't worry, guys, there's a trash thingy back here. DJ unbuckles and TJ... Shit, I didn't... No, we gotta go back. I didn't read it. I didn't fucking read it. Hold on. Okay, are you configured? Good. TJ unbuckles and reaches forward, collecting at least 9 balled up tissues in his paws. We all look on in horror. TJ, put those down! Oh, the innocent. Sure is empty. It is a Wednesday morning. We're like the only car in the back parking lot, though. Kinda spooky. I ain't afraid of no parking lot. Only thing that scares me anymore is college debt. Oh, shit. Makes me glad I'm not going to college, then. Aw, don't say that. I catch up and walk alongside the others. It is strange seeing all these parking spaces completely unused. Why not? I mean, what if you want to make a career change? I'll join the army. That way, if I do want to go back to school, it'll be real cheap with the whole GI Bill. It's unsettling that is the route that so many have to take to get educated.
Isn't like I got a nifty tribal association scholarship. I decide this is a good time to interject. I hope this place is actually open. We approach the doors, Leo looking back at us. Moment of truth. He tugs once, it doesn't budge. Stupid thing.
It says push.
The wolf nudges the door open with one arm. Oh yeah, I know, I was just... TJ giggles.
Huh. I remember this place being so much bigger feeling as a kid. Nowadays it feels kind of claustrophobic. Might just be Pueblo spoiling me though. Oh geez, not very busy at all. Everything is shuttered.
Internet shopping exists now, Tej.
Oh yeah, I figured. It's just kind of disheartening, that's all.
The Lynx steps off towards one of the closed shops, the perforated steel roller shutters allowing just enough visibility to peek in.
This used to be the mask shop.
I don't think Carl needs any masks, unless he's got a secret bank robbing life we don't know about. Leo grins like he's just said something extremely funny. You know, he might actually want a Lucha Wolf mask or something. I remember as a kid, Carl always spouted off random wrestling facts. The fake kind, though, and most of it sounded more like soap opera storylines than an actual sport. Yeah, that's what pro wrestling is. Fuck you! I never really got into it. But it still was funny back whenever we were facing some problem and Carl's trademark motivational catchphrase was to suplex it. Internet modem not working? Suplex it! Fishing pole all tied? I fucking get it! It's the only thing Sydney and him both got along over. They don't really make those sort of things for ram faces, Otter. What? I have a fucking name! I don't think he'll actually wear it. It's more like a collectible sort of thing.
He has enough of that sort of stuff already. His room is already a cluttered mess. We'd just be adding to the pile. Carl sent me a picture of it over Christmas, and it looks exactly the same as it did when we were in high school.
It reminds him of better times, I suppose.
Yes, but the issue is that he doesn't actually leave his room to make something new, make some new better times for himself. He just dwells on nostalgia for video games I haven't touched since I was 12. Yard sailing a lot of junk might do him some good.
Leo chuckles, rubbing his forehead. Happy birthday, Carl. Instead of giving you a gift this year, we're selling your shit. I see Jenna smile, letting out a little amused huff before moving on. Finally they're getting along over fucking roasting someone else. That's nice. Around the king of the stem, finally closed my shop. Hey, you coming? I see him bristle, startled from thought, and pull it back into reality.
Yeah, sorry. I just knew a girl who worked here. I hope she's okay.
I nod, not really sure what to say in response to that, as the feline catches up to us. We pass even more shuttered shops. Most of the pagodas are still open, but they're manned mainly by really foreign dudes who are transfixed on their cell phones. I don't blame them either. In a place like this, the shift hours must drag on. I was fortunate enough to have a part-time job as a Payton newspaper printer in high school, and it kept me pretty busy. Plus, I got to tell people that I worked for the city paper. Yes. Oh no, the music store is gone. That's probably the least surprising closure yet.
I really like the physical stuff. My mom and dad sent me this vinyl record player for my birthday. My other dorm mates and I listen to it in the common room all the time.
Tease, you a hipster now? I see TJ blink, turning to look at Leo a little wide-eyed.
What? No!
I don't know. Spanish word. Cherry Bloom is pretty underground.
They're one of the top-selling alternative music artists of the 2000s.
Alternative is just another word for indie. I bet TJ has an aesthetic blog.
What?
I don't even know what that is, but yes, it sounds like something TJ would have. Jenna covers her muzzle with her paw, stifling a snicker. Usually she is one to put a stop to any TJ ribbing from going on, but I suppose this is lighthearted enough to the point where she doesn't mind. Lord of Pandemonium, thank you for the follow.
It's okay, TJ. I enjoy having physical copies of things as well, especially now that I'm living alone at Pueblo. I don't have to worry about anyone going into my room and pawning my stuff.
She says this so nonchalantly, but I remember how horrible and common that problem was for her. Leo and Flynn helped her install a lock on her door, but then her parents just took the door itself away a week later. Tubular10, thank you for the follow. Her parents took the door. Oh god. Oh yeah, she did live in a bad fucking house.
I'm not looking forward to having to pack it all up to move to Weston, though.
I'll stop by and help you pack when the time comes. I say that with a bit more finality than intended, and it makes me feel a bit sad. It feels like Jenna and I barely ever hung out while we had the chance, and now we might never again.
That would be nice of you, Chase, thank you.
Force a smile and nod. She perks her brow in my direction. As TJ and Leo have a back and forth about how many times the Lynx has worn flannel, Jenna hangs back a bit to walk alongside me. Sure enough, Birchfire Comics is completely gone, the interior dark and empty behind the chain-link roller grill. She sighs, crossing her arms over her chest. Her tortoise. I almost said her fucking tortoise eyes. Her turquoise eyes shift sideward. Shit, that sucks. I'm sorry, Jenna. She straightens suddenly, then walks ahead of me.
I'm gonna go with TJ and find him a bathroom to wash his paws.
That's a bit random. I see her walk up beside the two in front of us. She nudges TJ, saying something to him and Leo before they move off in the direction of the food court. I can't believe TJ is about 20 years old at this point, and she's still getting babied by her. Leo is left standing there, his paws in his pockets and face devoid of expression. He looks back at me, putting on a tepid smile.
Wanna check out the family Plex?
I shrug non-committally.
You guys said it yourself, there's no rush.
I'm hit with realization and I furrow my brow up at him. You heard that? He just maintains his smile and beckons me along before turning. So, despite being open, the Plex certainly doesn't look like it should be. The carpet is musty, everything smells like mildew, the game machines are decades old and the roller rink is scratched up all to hell. Leo stops next to a claw prize machine and fishes around in his pocket for quarters. What is an aesthetic bag? It's like an ongoing online blog, fuck. Page that you update with stuff that sort of corresponds to a mood or feeling. A few lights upon the machine light up, moving in a pattern around the glass window. About half of them are burnt out.
Oh, I have one of those.
You do?
Yeah, but it's mainly porn though, eh?
He makes a lewd jerking motion with the control stick and I am put at a slight unease, noting that this machine is meant for children. Better than storing it all on your sample music folder, I suppose.
I actually got caught with that, you know.
Damn it, I told you!
Yeah, Otter.
Fight me, bitch!
I know. My little nephew Eduardo wanted to play games on my computer and he started clicking around on the recent files thing.
Oh my god, Leo, he's like 10. He furrows his brow, moving the crane some absently.
He's 13.
Oh, that's not like 10 at all.
His dad is your really religious brother too, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. Hey, ain't nearly as bad as getting caught cock and paw by the Padres while watching Fox/horse gay porn. What the fuck?
I cringe, covering my face. Gah.
Hey, look.
I pull my paws away from my face to see Leo point to something in the machine. I squint, and in the midst of the puzzle cubes and spinner toys, a boxed Lucha Wolf figure rests. Leo shifts his gaze toward me and grins. I see him navigate the crane perpendicular with the box's point of rest. He hits the lowering button. The metal claw descends into the pit of cheap toys, clenching down upon the cardboard edge of the box. It tugs at it slightly, but it loses grasp and returns to the point of rest. Because of course it does. Shit. Let me have a go. I reach into my back pocket for my wallet, but Leo, I should say, is already putting 2 more coins in. He gestures to the machine and tips an invisible hat in my direction. That's a weird gesture. I find myself rolling my eyes a little as I take position. Thanks. I decide this time I'm going to try to grab it from one of the corners. It might not be enough to pick it up completely, but it will pull it from the rest of the toy pile for future tries. Speaking of, I try to line up the crane just right, eyeing through the dusty glass from multiple angles to try to get a good idea of positioning. Now that I don't have you so anchored down, or however the fuck you want to see it as, I pause my paw over the lower button. You let any other guys fuck? You at Pueblo? Any big stallion types like the ones in your porn? Oh my god. The tone in his voice, it is definitely one that I haven't heard in years. It seems to carry an extra intense edge. Christ, Leo, no! You haven't had sex in 3 years? You must be really pent up, huh? He laughs breathily. I exhale, trying to keep my nerve. I go ahead and press the button. The crane lowers the claw down once again. You don't have to lie to me, I just want to know the truth. The claw pushes the box down further. It's seeming to have different levels to how low it starts grasping. However, it doesn't even grasp this time. The crane just keeps lowering the claw. We can't even see the figurine anymore. Not that Leo is paying attention. If you like girls now, you can tell me. I feel him now, his thighs up against my What? What the What the fuck? The familiar firmness upon the small of my back. I stare at the machine. The claw still hasn't come up yet. Leo. His paw takes my hip. Can you fuck off? What? Wait, what? Oh shit, there they are. There they are. Wow. Leo's paws are off me now. The wolf turns to face the others. How long have you two been there? Long enough. I was just trying to... I thought you were better than this sort of behavior, Leo. This was a private conversation, eh? That Chase clearly didn't want to be a part of. Well, I didn't know that until... just now. He looks back at me. His eyes are wide and his shoulders are raised up high, the wolf visibly tense. I'm still reeling from what just happened, from Leo's behavior, from my own words. I say nothing. He sucks in his jowls, trying to put on a smile. We found a present for Carl in this crane machine here. Lucha guy, yeah? TJ leans to peer inside the machine. I don't see it. The claw and crane are back at their starting positions. Yeah, well, Lucha here beside me must have buried it somehow. Or, I said Lucha. It's Chula. Buried it? You know what I mean, Tej. He shrugs, visibly not knowing what Leo means. Jenna gives Leo a look I don't quite catch before stepping up to the machine. She squints, looking over a pile of toys. Oh no, I see it, that green and purple cardboard thing in the middle, beneath the Mothman plushie. She reaches into her purse, sifting through it a moment before finding 2 quarters. We all just sort of stand there, staring at here as the lights flash around the window, illuminating her features with golden glow. She fiddles with it a lot longer than I did, 30 seconds passing before she actually hits the lower button. The claw descends, pushing through the muck of plush and plastic. The sound of metal scraping the box is audible, even if it is difficult to see what is happening. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see that Leo's facade of a smile has completely dissipated. He looks at me, though his gaze... oh shit. Is unfocused. It's like he's trying to numb himself, but it isn't working. The claw finally lifts, the metal prongs clutching the central mass of the figurine container and carrying it to the drop slot. With a satisfying clunk, the box falls in and the crane returns to the default position. Well, ain't that some shit? Leo's form stiffens. He stares at the machine, Jenna, and then me again. He crosses his arms, and I see his face start to shake. His eyes clench shut. I'll be in the fucking truck. Oh, damn! What the fuck, dude? As he leaves, Leo smacks a nearby pinball machine so hard the glass breaks. What the fuck? TJ stands up with his paws behind his head and maw agape. And so the real Leo reveals himself. Oh my goodness. TJ walks over to the pinball machine, bending down to gather up what splintered glass there is in front of his shirt. I watch Leo trudge off around the corner, though I can still hear his heavy footfalls for a while after. I wait a bit to make sure he's really gone. Jenna, meanwhile, steps up, handing me the boxed figurine. So, is there a crappy boardwalk game that you can't beat? Despite what just happened, I see a flicker of a smile tug at the corner of her lips. I just saw the point where the cardboard meets the plastic display front would be where the prongs would ascertain the best leverage. You did most of the work for me by putting it into position. Good job. She moves past me, patting my back some before kneeling down beside TJ and helping him clean up. I turn to face her again. You should be the one to give it to Carl. After all, you're the one who won it for him. No, then I'd be a hypocrite after what I said earlier about his clutter problem. He'll like this from you, though. Yeah, I guess. We should probably hurry before someone besides us decides to visit the mall. I peer around, checking to make sure that we're the only people in here still. I see a coffee sitting at a service desk, so whoever's managing this place today might be back soon. And before Leo decides to drive off without us, he wouldn't do that. TJ gathers the glass from his shirt and places it in a small pile on a bench nearby. Jenna does the same. Yes, well, I'd rather not tempt the odds of the potential 30-mile outside the city limits cab fare. Should we leave some money for the pinball machine repair? No, TJ, it's all right. None of us should have to deal with Leo's mess more than we already have. Ooh, shady. I rest my head against the passenger window as I balance the cheap fast food place red velvet cake in my lap. You got red velvet cake at a fast food place? What the fuck? What fast food place do you know that serves red velvet cake? This is one of the most awkward car rides I've ever been in. Everyone is completely silent. TJ's previous attempts to lighten the mood having been received with idle grunts and nods. My stomach hurts and I have this nauseous feeling that keeps bubbling up when I think about what happened. Leo and I have squabbled in the past, sure, but never like this. Most of the time, we fought about video game shit, politics, and sports. The worst it ever got was when the topic of leaving Echo came up. I danced around answering it for as long as I could, and the truth came out in the worst way possible. But now it's different. I've never felt such contempt for him before like I did when he pressed against me, interrogating me like I belonged to him. He probably thought I'd just bend over against the crane machine for old time's sake. Watching him from the corner of my eye now, I see him trying to keep his ears up, but they keep pinning back down. I'm stuck in this shitty feeling of being pissed at Leo and ashamed of myself. He shouldn't have acted that way. But I know I just hurt him in a manner that I haven't done in a long time. Being stuck in a car with someone who is thinking about you and you're thinking about them, and you're both hurting, is hell. I really wish I brought my headphones. I stare out the window as we roll down the first dirt road into Echo. Every street, every corner, every trailer, and every tree has a memory attached to it. There, in the middle of the dusty parking lot that belonged to the corner market, is a tiny stand. That used to be where I'd get ice cream after begging for $1 from my parents. It's crumbled and boarded up now, the paint peeling off in tiny chips. And there, in front of Duke's house, is a big flat rock that Jenna was standing on when she told me she was going to run away from home. I can still remember almost exactly how she was silhouetted against the red sunset behind her. And the old train yard where I kissed Leo for the first time after staying up all night at our first real party. I look over at Leo. He's got one hand on the wheel, glancing up at the rearview mirror occasionally. He hasn't so much as looked at me since the family Plex, though I see him staring at Jenna now. She catches his gaze, somehow returning it with an even more curt look.
Carl probably isn't even awake yet. Do you have a plan if he doesn't answer the door?
We'll call him then.
And what if he doesn't answer his phone? Will you shatter the window too? Oh.
Leo's muzzle pulls into a snarl. I hear him mutter something I can't quite discern. He shifts focus back to the road, his knuckles tight on the steering wheel. TJ gives another go at trying to fill the silence.
Well, I don't think this will go too badly. It's just like we're hanging out again. Nothing wrong with that.
I agree, TJ. Though I do think this is perhaps a bit poorly planned. It should be an alright time. I haven't been to Carl's in so long.
The car starts slowing down, and I snap out of my daydreaming to look up, knowing we definitely weren't at Carl's house yet. Oh, shit. That's when I see a round canine figure. Oh, here we go. Here's the peeing. See a round canine figure standing further up on the side of the road. She's standing in the dirt so that separates the road and the field in front of a broken and rusted barbed wire fence. I think that's Janice. I look over at Leo, and he seems concerned, his brows furrowed as he careful steers the car right up next to the coyote. I can see why. She's crouched over, elbows on her knees, staring at the ground. Roll down your window, Chase. I do as he says, struggling a little with the old crank handle. What is she doing out here? We come up to a stop next to the coyote, kicking up some dust. I don't know. Hey! TJ rolls down his window as well, waving.
Hi, Janice.
Leo leans over me and looks out at her. She's still looking at the ground. Everything all... Leo's voice cuts off in a weird choking sound. I look at him confused, then look back out the window, and I can't help myself but I gasp. It's hard to tell from this angle, but all the dust kicked up from the truck, but now I can see that Janice has her pants down around her thighs, and can also see everything else. I sit back quietly, invert my eyes, looking out the windshield instead. Is she... Oh my god, Leo, keep going! Jenna whispers it, her voice strained. Oh, sorry. Leo stops talking, and I chance a glance out the window again. Janice is looking at us now, and she's smiling. It's a weird smile, because it isn't touching her eyes. It's unnerving. Leo stares back. Leo, let's just go. I hiss out the side of my mouth, staring out the windshield again. He seems reluctant to, though, looking concerned. Janice, do you need some help? His tone is one you might use on a toddler or a crazy person. I don't hear her say anything, except maybe a grunt. Leo bravely keeps trying, though. We can give you a run. Leo stops talking in time for me to hear a pattering sound. A sound I recognize well from being a kid pissing on the dirt roads of Echo. The truck lurches forward and then resumes a smoother acceleration back onto the empty road. What in God's name? I don't know. Leo's frowning, looking as confused as I've ever seen him. Should I go back? No! I look back and see TJ's covering his face. Maybe. She could be having some kind of psychotic episode.
Maybe she just really had to go. I'm like that after a ton of caffeine sometimes.
TJ, I'm fairly certain you haven't peed yourself in front of anyone since Mrs. Mueller's Thanksgiving play. And you certainly weren't smiling at the audience while you were doing it.
Please don't talk about that now.
I don't think so. Did you see the way she looked at me? She was probably just on something. Isn't everyone... No, she doesn't do stuff like that. Well, maybe she does. You never know with people. Again, Leo doesn't say anything, and neither does anyone else. We don't go back. Well! And he's not here. Leo stabs the doorbell again, and frustration etched across his face. I shift the red velvet cake in my grasp, trying to hold both it and the lucha figurine. Not really wanting to do more shopping after the incident, Jenna, TJ, and Leo had just bought Payton fast food as gifts. Carl doesn't get out of Payton much, so the three took it upon themselves to buy 3 from 3 different locations. They got a couple of large and juicy burgers. TJ got those tacos that are made from nacho cheese chips, and Jenna got him a bread bowl. I squint, trying to look through the frosted glass on the sides of the door. Maybe he's getting high. He should still be able to hear. I mean, maybe he just doesn't want to. TJ holds up his phone. He's not answering his phone either. Leo knocks on the door hard, his bicep bulging. I could be studying, Chase could be finishing his project, and you and Flynn could be at work right now. Instead, we're doing this. Flynn leans back against the truck a couple of yards. What? Oh, Flynn's there? Damn. Briefly canting his head in Jenna's direction as his name is mentioned. You know, I may be remiss to mention this, but you all are 6 shades of extra bitchy today. Leo stands back, paws out in his waist as he takes a deep breath. His eyes have a sheened, bleary quality to them. Anytime Jenna speaks, he seems like he's wrought to near twitching levels of anger. All of Leo's plans to bring everyone together have had the opposite effect so far. Do they lock their windows? What? Leo growls. It's not like we're breaking in. TJ's ears pin back, a frown on his face. The wolf puts fist to his forehead, closing his eyes. I think he's just asleep, and it shouldn't be too hard to get in there and wake him up. I look over at the side of the house and see a window well. I point at it. What about that? Too small. I could probably fit. She hops off the front porch and crouches down next to the window, pushing at it. Wait, there's a security sticker here. Jen hesitates, then pushes at the window again, but it doesn't bulge. Bulge! Damn it! Budge! Then try the one above it. That's too high? I think this is going a little too far. I'll boost you up. Think you're strong enough for that? Well, you look like you've lost weight recently. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Jenna turns, giving me a quizzical expression. Smooth. She does smile after a moment, looking more bemused than anything. I see her bushy tail flick some behind her. You know, some girls might take that as an insult. Are you one of those said girls? No, I get the meaning of your words, and that's where it's flattering, regardless. Oh, well, good, I guess. What the fuck is happening? I'm loving Flynn right now. The first time I'm liking Flynn. I set the cake and figurine down on the gravel. Don't put it on the ground, just give it to someone else. And move behind Jenna, cupping my paws together in front of me for her foot. Steadying herself with her paws against the wall of the house, Jenna steps up into my paws. Slowly, I push her up, feeling my muscles strain beneath my fur. Fucking hell, this is so fucking stupid. There's a light click, and I see Jenna pushing open the top window with ease. Good, now I'm going to try to boost you all the way up, alright? Your arm's doing okay? Yeah, peachy. Her tail flicks again, and I get a mouthful of fur. Sorry. Like we're some kind of cheerleading duo, I shove Jenna as high as I can with both paws. She grabs a ledge, and I feel the weight of the burden lift as she dangles against the side of the house. Careful, don't fall! Her bush tail is the last thing we see until she pokes her head back through. Kitchen. I fell in the sink. Okay, unlock the door now. She disappears again, and we make our way back to the front door. Leo, why didn't you help? You're the fucking muscle here. If you don't shut your fucking mouth, Flynn, I'll use my muscles to kick you right in your vag. Sound good? Flynn is doing nothing. It's for the first time. For the first fucking time in this game, Flynn is doing nothing wrong. Jesus, calm your... Leo turns on him, one foot in front of the other. Flynn shuts up. TJ, meanwhile, has his eyes upon the wall in front of him. Usually he's all smiles when we're gathered like this, even through the swearing and crude stuff. Right now, though, his eyes just look sort of vacant, like earlier at the mall. Finally, we hear the door rattling, and it opens. Called his name, but he didn't answer. Well, he's gotta be here. It's not like he can go anywhere, or would want to. I pick my stuff up and head inside. Carl's house is as massive and immaculate as I remember it. It is a mansion, after all. Well, maybe less immaculate than I remember. There are a few wrappers and pizza boxes on the marble counter. I assume that's because Carl's parents aren't here to tell him not to be a slob. Flynn immediately heads up the stairs. Yo, Carl! Jenna stands in the kitchen, her paws on her hips as she looks around. Strange being back, isn't it? Like in general, or... She shrugs. Carl! I hear the others scampering around the house, Leo moving out to the backyard. DJ, meanwhile, checks the garage. Why would no one... Like, you're checking upstairs, why don't you check downstairs? But that would be too climactic. We know he's down there because we've done the other routes. She pulls out her cell phone, tapping at it a few times. It is very faint, but I can hear a distant ringing sound somewhere in the house. Jenna turns, and I follow, stepping past the spacious living room. I didn't know if it was possible, but it looks like Carl's parents got an even bigger TV than when I was last here. Oh, they're in Carl's room. Carl's room looks pretty damn similar to how I remember it. Though usually he makes at least a mild effort to pick up after himself when I'd be coming over. There's so much dirty laundry and trash scattered about I can hardly see the carpet. God, it smells like Leo's glove box in here. Oh! Ooh! I wonder why. Jenna gives me a slight scrunched nose look, pauses, then nods acceptingly. She pulls out her cell phone, calling Carl's number again. This time the ring is much closer, rattling sound audible as the device vibrates against a wood surface. Still, it sounds kind of muffled. Sounds like it's coming from one of his drawers. Ordinarily, I'd be vehemently against rifling through one's personal stuff, but this is a special circumstance. I'm not going to stop you. Jenna starts pulling open drawers in the dresser while I check out the desk. I feel guilty doing it, but there is a sort of thrill to be had in snooping about like this. I start stumbling upon old comics that I'd given Carl myself back when we were kids. The corner's dog-eared all to hell. Next drawer looks to be chock full of portable gaming system stuff, including all his cartridges just scattered about. I remember every day on the bus I'd sit next to Carl just to play, because his parents bought him all the expensive devices. I'd always guilt him by saying that he could play at home whenever he wanted, but so he usually let me play the whole ride from Echo to Payton. Find it yet? I blink, then shake my head, checking the next drawer. No, but... I don't care that it's a fleshlight, but I'm not fucking saying that word. You can't make me say that motherfucking word! A butthole one, too. Jesus. What? I shut the drawer, trying not to think about it too much. Nothing. Well, I found it. I spin around, moving to Jenna's side. It looks like she grabbed it from somewhere wedged between Carl's bed and a window. Does it have a lock on it? No, it doesn't. Carl's parents probably have always been really good about respecting privacy, yeah? How fortunate for him. Jenna swipes through the messenger tab, though for some reason now she keeps the screen out of sight from me. Her brow raises at something and she pauses. Oh, what is it? She quickly shakes her head. Nothing relevant. She returns to tapping about again. I can hear the others still calling for Carl, so I guess they haven't found him yet. Again, she is wrought to pause. You gonna tell me what's up this time? She stares. So, apparently Carl took a picture last night. There's a disconcerting look in her eyes, which tells me this is different than just another picture of Carl's ass. And the music stopped. Okay. She holds the phone for me to see. Get it out. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, fuck you, you're gonna stop on that? You're gonna stop on that shit? Now I have to go back to it? Oh, god damn it. It's just a bat. Like, I know it's just a bat, but god damn it. No. No. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the trained unprofessional, and I speak for the voices in my head when I say until next time. Fare thee well. Bye, everyone!